The Wisconsin men's hockey team heads to Minnesota this weekend to renew the oldest rivalry it has. The Minnesota Golden Gophers, though, have lost 7 in a row. The Badgers struggling a bit, too. They've dropped 4 straight, including 2 last weekend at home against Penn State. On Friday, Tyson Dick and Oliver Tulk scored first-period power play goals for a 2-0 lead, but Penn State rallied for a 7-2 victory. Then Saturday, as Wisconsin honored the 20th anniversary of the 2006 National Championship team, Kirsten Fitzgerald gave the Badgers the lead with a first-period shorthanded goal, but once again the Nittany Lions rallied for a 3-1 victory. Wisconsin's 15-7-2 ranked 8th in the country with the Gophers coming up. We'll hear from head coach Mike Hastings and Oliver Tulk in just a moment. And the top-ranked Wisconsin women's hockey team just swept Bemidji State. On Saturday, Senior Day, the Badgers blew out the Beavers 10-3, and then on Sunday, a 6-1 win. Kirsten Simms scored 5 goals and had 9 points on the weekend. The WCHA Forward of the Week, 6-time Defender of the Week, KK Harvey, had 4 goals and 8 points. And now the Badgers, like the Badger men, go to Minnesota to take on the Golden Gophers. And we'll hear from senior defenseman Vivian Jungels in a moment. I'm Brian Posick, and this is the Badger Hockey Digest.
The Badger Hockey Digest, presented by UW Health.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between 2 people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Well, Mike, every team goes through peaks and valleys, and unfortunately you're going through one right now. The good teams find ways out of it, too, and I know you've got a good team. We saw that for 20 games this season.
Yeah, you know what, we've hit the basement here a little bit last 4 games, and the only one that's going to get us out of it is us, so we're leaning on our leadership group. Hopefully we'll get a couple of bodies back, but I don't think that's the only reason. So we've got to find a way to score some 5-on-5 goals and be a little harder as seasons progress. Teams defend better. And so we've got to make the adjustment and make sure that we're doing what we need to do to be successful offensively.
You had 81 shots on goal last weekend against Penn State, but that doesn't tell the whole story. There are different things you can do to generate more offense than just shots on goal.
Exactly, and for us, it's getting back to playing with a little bit of swagger with the puck. I thought at times we were settling for pucks outside dots and getting shots on net just to get shots on net and not possessing the puck as much as we had previously. And then secondly, getting our defensemen up into the play coming out of our zone, being a little bit more connected that way and having a power play that can make a difference when we need to and not just rely upon that for our offense.
Yeah. How are the guys hanging in there? This
Good.
isn't easy for them.
No, nobody likes it.
No.
But we ask the guy that has to go out and work in this, right? Doesn't like it either, but you got to find a way to go get it done. And our group's done a good job at looking within, and we're just going back to the idea of all of us holding each other accountable in a positive way and making sure that we're doing the things on a daily basis to make sure that the weekend works out.
The Badgers have had contributions from up and down the lineup this season, including from freshman Oliver Tulk. Well, Oliver Tulk is from Gibsons, British Columbia. So where about in the world is that?
It's on the coast of Vancouver-ish. You got to take a ferry boat to get there. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Not too many people know where it is.
Sounds wonderful already.
Yeah, it's lovely there.
It is. What did you do there growing up besides play hockey?
There's a whole lot of swimming, lots of nice beaches there. That's about it, really.
I got you. Do you remember the first time you put on skates to play hockey?
I don't remember the first time, but I know I was quite young. Parents said that I was doing it while I was crawling, so just It's a nice thing.
I suppose if you're from British Columbia, you should probably put skates on, right?
Yeah.
Was there a player or two that you maybe idolized growing up, or somebody in particular?
I quite like Braden Point. He's like an undersized guy. Got a lot of talent. Looks like he's got a lot of heart and works his ass off out there.
Sure. And I know you admire your father too, Randy, who's put a lot of time and effort into your career, hasn't he? Tell us about him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously early mornings, late nights with him at the rink and everything. He still texts me after every game about what I need to work on. So, yeah, he's been pushing me since day one.
That's cool. So Oliver wears number 55. Can you tell me why you wear number 55?
Yeah, it's like a childhood number. Had a tournament where we got custom jerseys. We could wear any number. I picked 14. Coach said not cool enough. So I picked 55, said it was awesome, and it kind of just stuck from there.
Well, you've been a lot of fun to watch. You know, your progression went through the Western Hockey League major juniors. And we've seen a number of players in the Big Ten that went that route too, including Gavin McKenna, who you saw last weekend, who you played against too. But so what's the transition like going from that level to here in NCAA hockey?
I thought like the summer and everything was just a transition, getting to know people, but the big transition is just like older guys, bigger guys, stronger. Game's a little bit different too. They play zone in the Western League and man-on-man here, so it's kind of just getting used to everything and just feeling out.
Mm-hmm. So why did you decide to go the college hockey route?
I just think it's just another opportunity to like prolong playing pro. Obviously that's still the end goal, and this is another opportunity to get there and play against bigger, stronger guys. And if it doesn't work out, I get a degree in the end.
That's all right. And why Wisconsin? Not a bad school, I suppose.
Yeah, not a bad school, not a bad place. The coaching staff kind of came out, recruited me, talked to me. I mean, they were all great people, great things to say about the program and all the people around them. I talked to a couple of people. Daniel is committed here, talked to him, and they said it was awesome. So it seemed like a great place, and definitely is.
Yes, it is. And Wisconsin obviously struggling a bit right now, but you can right the ship taking on Minnesota this weekend. You've got a taste of this Wisconsin-Minnesota rivalry. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. When they played here, it's kind of surreal. So I kind of hope that they chirp us and make fun of us and make us like belittle a little bit so we can feel it.
Oliver, fun watching you play. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Sure, that's forward Oliver Tulk. Stick around. The Wisconsin women also go to Minneapolis. We'll hear from senior defenseman Vivian Jungels and more of Mike Hastings in just a moment.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles, with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota. Right now, lease a new RAV4 for $379 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a new Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Well, the top-ranked Wisconsin women head to Minneapolis, too, to take on the Golden Gophers on Friday and on Saturday, joined by Edina, Minnesota native senior defenseman Vivian Jungels. Always fun to talk about the Golden Gophers. But I have to ask you, it was January, but you had Senior Day last Saturday here at LeBon Arena against Bemidji State for various reasons that we'll explain. But what was it like? You've gone through Senior Days before, but now as a senior, what was it like?
It's definitely different being on the other side of things. It's sad to say goodbye to a special program, but we're not done yet, and they made it special for us.
Is it hard not to, contain your emotions because you still have a game to play too, right?
Yeah, definitely. We still have a month of home games left, so it's kind of the emotions weren't there yet, but it was a good weekend.
Yeah, certainly so. It was a good weekend. Your team put 16 goals on the board. Did you like what you saw in the final week before the 5 young ladies head overseas?
Yes, I think it was a good weekend to send them off, and obviously we celebrated them after the second game too, but things are changing now.
Yes, they are changing, sure. Wisconsin has 5 players that will play in the Olympics in Italy coming up. Adela Shapovalov with Czechia. We'll also see Ava McNaughton and Kirsten Simms, KK Harvey and Layla Edwards. Can you put into words what it's like as a teammate of theirs now to see what they're hoping to accomplish over in Italy? How you feel for them?
Yes, definitely. I think you're teammates with them, but you also look up to them and you're on the ice with them, but they're also like role models too. So I feel honored to play with them, especially playing with KK, and she's a 2-time Olympian now, so it's cool to watch her live out her dreams.
She's pretty amazing, isn't she?
Oh yeah,
She's
say the
pretty
least.
Yeah, exactly. Vivian Jungels is with us, so now it's down to those that are still here. And I did notice that you still have 3 of your top 4 goal scorers with the squad. You've got a solid D-core and some pretty good goaltending too. How confident are you that the ladies that are remaining right now can carry this through here the next 4 weeks?
Yeah, I think new people will get opportunities and just take one game at a time, and I think it'll be good for our team to step up.
Yeah, a challenge.
Yeah.
But you look
Take
forward
on
to
the challenge, yes.
Right. What more can you do, or do you have to do as an individual player to help the rest of your team to be successful here the next few weeks?
Yeah, I think just working on the D end. We've got some new goalies that will be getting some experiences for the first time, and just trying to encourage them from the back end all the way up to the forwards.
All right, we'll have a lot of fun with it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, that's Vivian Jungels, Badgers senior defenseman, Wisconsin and Minnesota at Ritter Arena, Friday at 6 o'clock and Saturday at 2 o'clock. Well, Mike, one of the highlights last weekend was having alumni weekend, and you had the 06 national championship team back for a 20th reunion. You got to see the guys, you got to watch them skate with their families at the Kohl Center, and then also Mike Eves, the head coach of that squad, got to speak to your team before the game on Saturday. What a thrill for him, and I know the players too on your team.
Yeah, first of all, it was great to see all the alumni. You know, Steve Alley was kind enough to come down and talk to our guys on Friday. And then having the opportunity to see the 06 team here. Now, I had an opportunity to get to know some of those guys because they're in the community. That's been fantastic, but to meet some guys that I haven't, see the number of players that came back from that team with their families and spending some time out in the rink back in the Kohl Center, I think was special for me. And you know, a lot of the work that Adam Burish, the administration, supported in honoring that group it was a great weekend. We didn't get it done on the ice, but I will tell you those guys have been fantastic as far as supporting us and trying to get us back to be what Badger hockey should be.
Yeah, and that team is a great example too, because it had its peaks and valleys before winning the national championship.
We talked a little bit about that, you know, and they went through a stretch. And actually, Coach Eves was kind enough when he talked a little bit about his experience in Calgary when Badger Bob was coaching, and a dry spell that they went through. They lost 11 games in a row and made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. So, as we've said, this is a journey, and there's some peaks and valleys, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to try and create some more peaks here sooner than later.
Yep, and they're going up to Minnesota to take on the Golden Gophers, who've lost 7 in a row. I know Badger fans don't feel sorry for them. You can't worry about them either. You got to build your own business, right?
Absolutely, and the guys are excited. It's been a good week up until this point. We've got to keep stacking the days so we're prepared for Friday.
And you played well against them here too. That's got to help going up there.
Well, you know what? Experience does help, and I'm sure they're showing the same video that we're showing.
Sure.
Right, and they're on the other side of it, and they're trying to stop what they're going through right now, and we've got to be concerned with what we're doing. And the guys have been good, and we're going to continue to push this week.
All right, thanks. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Paul.
Sure, that's head coach Mike Hastings. Wisconsin and Minnesota Friday night at 7 o'clock, Saturday at 6 o'clock. Both games you can watch on TV here in Madison on TVW. You can listen to on the Badger Sports Network and the Varsity Network app. My thanks to Mike Hastings and Stephanie Olson and Jay Williams, too. I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,